Jason's hot tub. And this is the water like it comes out of the well. This is well water, and this is what was in his hot tub. Then after I put it through the reactor, that's what happened to the impurities.
Oh, wow.
And there used to be a lot more. This stuff is mixed back into the water after time. It's been sitting there for about 3 months. But when this stuff settles out, you can remove it. You can get all the impurities out without any filters. That's incredible, huh? And so what I've done is, and I've done this many times, but this is just on a machine that I'm going to be building now. So I've got these 5 hydrogen cells, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump water through these cells, and when it comes out of the cells, it will go into this barrel, through this right here, and then this barrel will be spinning. The water is like a toilet. It'll rotate around and around. And down inside this barrel is going to be a couple of custom-made filters that go on the top of this. This sits under the water, and the water will come out here. So the impurities are floating on the top, get removed right here, because there's more water going in that's coming out than there's going to be wastewater being dumped all the time. So we're dumping the stuff floats on top there, and down the bottom there'll be another little drain that continually runs at a slow rate to get that other stuff out. So from there it goes, and there's a lot of hydrogen in the water at that point. It's real foggy looking because there's a lot of hydrogen in the water. It looks like hot water comes out of a tap, kind of foggy looking, kind of looks like that. And so the filters that I have on here, with that hydrogen going through, the hydrogen collects to the filter, and as it floats off, it cleans the filter. So it's a self-cleaning filter. It's always cleaning and filtering at the same time. So you never have to change the filters.
So basically on this, you could go somewhere where they have, you could go to the lake, Moses Lake,
Pump the water right out.
put the water in here, make it, take all the impurities out of it, and it would be to the point where they could drink it with
Well,
no
they
problem.
have to go through one more process first. See, the filters that go on here are going to be packed full of charcoal.
Okay.
Because the only thing left in the water at that point is the taste.
Okay.
Because it still tastes like Moses Lake. It still looks like, Moses Lake. But this takes and takes the taste out of it.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of minerals still in there because it's so small. And that's what the sand filter is for. That's what's up there. And so once the water comes out of this barrel, it goes into the sand filter, and then what comes out is clean. Yeah. And like in Moses Lake, there's a lot of bacteria, algae, fungus, all that stuff you go through. When it goes through those reactors, it kills it. Anything that's in that water that's living dies. And then like in certain parts of Moses Lake, there's actually worms in the water. And you don't see the worms because they're clear. But when they go through the machine, they turn black. And then they float to the surface, and they can be taken off. So, and all this stuff will fit on the back of the truck.
Even that filter up there.
Yeah. And so, yeah, and that's a swimming pool filter. And that filter is designed to run hours and hours constantly, all the time, continually picking up stuff, and you reverse flush them about once a week. So imagine how much water goes through that filter before it has to be flushed. Drinking water, a lot. Hundreds of thousands of gallons. And all you gotta do is turn the valve, reverse flush, close the valve, away you go again. Because everything else cleans itself. Yeah.
So you could, what would you be capable of cleaning, the whole process for daily use? How many people could you process through this
It's pretty much unlimited. Yeah, you can do, you just have to increase the size of the hydrogen cells and the power that runs it, and then increase the flow to be equal to that, proportionally speaking to that, to make it
So
happen.
what, there's 23,000 people here? You could make something that
That would clean their
the
water.
water for them.
Yeah, we could build big enough, we could do the Columbia River.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just a matter of making it big enough to do it, And I've, some of the things, these are just a couple examples of all the different things I was building to come up to this. This one was is made out of carbon fiber. These are arrows, basically made out of carbon fiber and then stainless. And this thing has properties too that are pretty unusual. This is what it kind of looked like about 2 years ago. It's kind of hard to show you inside. See, here it goes. course, I've made some changes, you know, little changes, but these stainless steel rods is where the positive voltage is at, and then the ground is on the copper side. And I found out after I was using copper that copper does not react with hydrogen, and that's where the hydrogen comes from, is the copper. So all these other inventions that people are building are using materials that react with hydrogen, which means they get eaten up by hydrogen. Copper doesn't get eaten up by hydrogen; it stays copper, and so that's why they last so long. So,
That's funny.
so
You know,
these-
I really think that once you get to the Indians and you explain your process and all that stuff, I think that's going to be good.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I really feel good about that Indian
Other
Nation thing.
countries and stuff. Are
And then they're the only ones so far that have actually showed an interest in it. Yeah, and I get opposition from all these other places, you know. And well, you're just one man, and you haven't proven it. I said, you don't want to see it. You don't have to see it. I don't care, you know. But I think they're a little bit more open-minded. And,
Well, they've taken like
a lot of processing things I had, but I was moving the water over it too fast. It was working, but I needed to slow the water down so it has a time to kill everything. You know, it was making everything separate, but it wasn't killing all the bacteria. So I slowed down the flow. And